Yo, what's up, everyone? Sorry, just trying to get the. Yo, what's up, everyone? Sorry, just trying to get the. How's everyone been? It's been a while. Okay. I think that should work. More formerly known as Pred, Zacho, Luke, Tomsters, all the homies are in here immediately. What's up, guys? Oh. Just had to let the gang know we're live. Got a lot of cool stuff to work on tonight. How's everyone been, though? Thanks, Zacho. Spider-Man fan, what's up, dude? Glad to see you can make it in. Span, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. How's everyone's lazy Sunday been? Any of my younger friends in chat there still in school? Everyone else not in school? You got the Sunday scaries kicking in yet? I'm off Sunday and Monday, so it's just the beginning of my weekend. Oh, I started playing a new from my video game. Had friends and fans there. I started. My windows are open, Zacho. Yeah, I got a new. I got a new game I started playing last night. Pretty scary for anyone who likes scary games. It's also a new Lego Batman game. My thoughts are I didn't even know there was a new Lego Batman game, so. Yeah, Stick, what's up, dude? Good to see you. What's up, Morb? You're watching Stranger Things? I thought you finished. I thought you watched it when it came out, Spider-Man fan. Are you rewatching it now? fish and blockies. Oh yeah, I saw the fish tank picture. That's cool, dude. I look forward to seeing it full. And blockies, of course. My local comic book shop I go to just got a huge thing of blockies in Mystic. I might try to go back maybe this week or next week and get some. Maybe I'll get some as a birthday present to myself. The boys, bless you. That must have been a neighbor I didn't sneeze. Oh, I blew the debris out of here. But I didn't sneeze. But thank you anyway. The boys, I'm like 3 seasons behind on. I watched up to season 2 and just fell all the way off. I want to binge it now that it's over. John, all right, Jonathan. Yeah, more I know. Zach, I'm gonna turn 31. You're a year off, but yeah. I saw your Starscream custom still looked pretty cool to me, even if it didn't come out how you want. To me, who didn't know what it was supposed to look like, I thought it looks cool. Definitely gives me vibes of the modern comics. I finally caught up on the modern comics. I was way behind. Oh, the game is Still Wakes the Deep. Rank being, this is what the kit bash is. Give you a little hint. First thing we gotta do here is boomerang. Except I wanna. Hey, Derek, what's up, man? Been a while, right? How you doing? Let's see here. What would make sense to do first? I guess I'll do the blue first. I always think it's funny when people just start throwing out a bunch of random names, especially right after Zacho guessed and I told him what it was. I'm not trying to trick you guys. It's in the thumbnail too. It's boomerang. I'll never forget one time I was making I think when I went live and I was making the shocker. Everyone was trying to guess who it was, and I was painting them pink first, so the yellow goes on easier. And this one guy guessed Speedball, I think, because she's pink. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm making it like a gender bent Speedball. How'd you know? And he got so mad. I guess it was like pretty obvious I was being sarcastic, but just like Jess, I wasn't being malicious. But he got so mad. That was funny. So many people thought that Shocker was going to be Bane for a while. I don't really make DC customs. It's a nice blue. All right, that look good. Diamond Mine, what's up, dude? Making a boomerang today. I'm working on a couple different figures. I got my plans for my most recent long form video went sideways like 3 different times. So what was supposed to come out this past Wednesday, I pushed back a week, hoping that some of the parts I was waiting for and everything would come and I'll be able to finish it this week. The stuff I was waiting for didn't work as I anticipated, so now I'm kind of back to square one on that custom. So I was like, okay, well, I can pivot back to another custom video I've been sitting on. But I don't have all the parts I need for that video either, so I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta figure out something fast. Now I'm not saying this video will be ready by Wednesday because it's already Sunday. I just started this custom, and I got 1, 2, 3 figures I'm working on for this video. But it'll be an extensive video. That'll be cool though, right? Bags, what's up, dude? The base body, this is like, I forget, Desert Scorpion something or other from G.I. Joe. That's all of that. This piece is from that like 40th anniversary soldier, paratrooper, and then the legs are from Kamikura, and then this is from a Night Creeper, I think it's called. I think it's named after Zacho. Yeah, Night Creeper. And then the actual boomerangs are from shoot, what should I call it? The boomerang figure. Derek, I'm super excited for Spider-Man Noir. That's gonna be a good one. I love all things Nick Cage. I actually just read the Spider-Man Noir paperback. to kind of catch up on like the lore because I don't really know much about Spider-Man Noir besides the Spider-Verse stuff, you know. Um, so I got the trade back to read, and dude, I didn't realize how dark um, Spider-Man Noir actually was. I'm I'm really curious to see how much of that they actually put in the live action. Like I don't know how many of you guys have actually read it. I don't want to spoil anything. It's actually yeah, Zacho. What you said. Just I see her say, "Oh, I don't want to give any spoilers." And Zacho just blurts it out to the whole class. But yeah. Um, I'm definitely curious how deep into that lore they're gonna go with Noir. Um, no, more you're not getting ignored. Did you say anything that warranted like a response? You and Mystic were talking about Pink Panthers and Power Rangers. William, yeah, what's up, dude? I remember you. $11 for the yeah. Animatrix, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, Spider-Man Brain Your Day. I've watched the trailer like a million times. Derek, I'm super hyped for that. Absolutely. Um, yeah, it kind of looks like AI the trailer. Some parts are like when he's finding some um what in Spider-Man Noir. You know, this is I was actually just talking about this with my coworker yesterday. There's like we're stuck in this like paradox now, right? Of like AI growing and stuff, and so now if anything looks even remotely off, it's AI. When or you know or whatever the case may be, everything's just oh that must be AI. That must be AI. It's a TV show made by uh, by Amazon. It probably just has you know not MCU standard um, um, CGI. You know, like CGI still exists. No, oh, the brand new. Well, my point stands. I guess not so much the argument about the budget, but yeah, I think there's CGI still exists and is used heavily in Spider-Man media, especially in the fights against his rogues when he's flying through the air and stuff. Um, so I don't think anyone should be concerned about Marvel using AI in that or Sony using AI in that movie. Yeah, they do. I mean, there's still so much editing that goes into a movie, especially a big movie like that. Like literally until like the day it's released. Wasn't there even rolling changes in No Way Home with like the Goblin mask and stuff? Like this stuff's constantly getting edited and brushed up, and they were taking their sweet ass time getting that trailer out for Spider-Man: Brand New Day. So I'm sure I got to a point. I'm sure most movie trailers get to a point where like, okay, just put something out there and get people talking. Plus, it's like this like hyper, like comic inspired look. I don't know. It's probably recorded to be kind of off to begin with. That's my assumption. I don't you know. I don't know much about film or film editing and stuff, but Grand Moore, which is Grand Moore. All right, Moore, have fun with Grand Moore. Um, would you go see? Yeah, I plan on seeing Supergirl in theaters. I'm very excited about that. I read uh, the comic um, like about a month or so ago, and so I'm pretty locked in and ready for Supergirl. Plus, like those new TV spots showing Clark Kent and stuff. I'm excited. I also want to go see. I also plan on seeing Masters of the Universe in theaters too. My dad's gonna be in town visiting. Um, um, yesterday I saw. Oh, William, I'm going to see it tomorrow night. I'm excited. Have you seen Avatar: Last Bender? No, I haven't seen any of that. Sacco. I haven't been super active. I also haven't been super active in the Discord Mystic, but from the the wee bit of perusing I do in there, I haven't seen anything significant. So I'm gonna I'm gonna wager you and I have not missed much. Um, you think it looks like TASM? In what ways, Amatrix? I'd be curious to hear. As someone who's a pretty open TASM hater, I'd be curious to put my 2 cents in. Notice a lot of the same shots. Oh, the web swinging. Hmm. I wonder. Okay, so I am a TASM hater, but I won't just hate the whole entire movie for no reason. Um, the web swinging was some of the best web swinging, and so it makes sense that some of the shots look similar. Also, because I think they did the web swinging practical in TASM and in Brand New Day. A lot of it, obviously not all of it, but so that definitely makes a difference. Yeah, Mystic, I'll never agree with that ever. Where's DB? We need him in here for this discourse. Oh yeah, the winter clothes. That was a dead on like as far as similarities go, for sure. The organic webs will remind you of TASM, but he's got web shooters in both movies, right? He never does organic webs, does he? Interesting, Animatrix. I don't get that vibe at all. Maybe because I hate TASM and I'm excited for this movie, but the Toby movies have the organic webbing, William. You can always leave it up to Zach to say the most random things. You are correct though, right? The organic webbing usually comes out of the wrist, so as long as you keep like this part of the arm, I think you'd be pretty all right. Spider-Man Noir does organic webbing too. It looks like from the trailers. So, and in the comic, Gaper Bingzoid. Is my wrist okay? Yeah, they're fine. Why? It looks like Carnage. Where? I am Carnage. Oh, might have been the lighting. Yeah, it's the lighting when I go like that. Yeah, the thing with that Animatrix, I think, yeah, it absolutely has the potential to be bloated, but I also feel like those cut scenes you guys are talking about when he's facing Boomerang, when he's facing Tarantula, even I hope it doesn't happen, but even with Scorpion, like all those guys can just be like 10-second, like like montage of like what I've been doing in the past 4 years, because this is 4 years after No Way Home, so I'm assuming that's how they're going to do that. Just a quick time jump, like now that I'm friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, these are guys I beat all the time. I would assume it's going to be something like that, probably. Um, it seems like is Tombstone being confirmed? Oh yeah. The actor has been. We just haven't seen him in trailers. You're right. I would assume. That's the thing that I'm confused about too, is the Sadie Sink character, and then Punisher can easily, like, that section we see in the trailer might be all we see of Punisher in the whole movie, right? Like that could be a thing. So so I don't know. I'll be curious to see. It seems like Hulk is a big part of it. I don't know if it's only because he's got um a ton of the merchandising, like all the merchandising has been Spider-Man and then Hulk. And I don't know if that's just because like Marvel still doesn't own the rights to Hulk. You know what I mean? So every movie that Hulk's in, they like really push him as like a secondary character when he hasn't been that relevant in a lot of the movies he's been in. Like Ragnarok was basically a Hulk sequel. Captain America was literally a Hulk sequel without the Hulk. So You know, it's so funny. My neighborhood's been quiet all day, and as soon as I start going live, everyone's coming home or something. I'm sorry if it's loud for you guys. But I love your custom universe. It has inspired me to make some customs as well. Oh, thanks, Catalyst. I appreciate it, man. That's always one of the great compliments you can get as an artist. To inspire. That's always a great compliment. So thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think Jean Grey is going to be, or I don't think Sadie's going to be Jean Grey either. I don't know what she's going to be. I think it'd be hilarious if she's just like some other random, even some random like C-list character that appeared on like 2 panels once. I'm really hoping for Man Spider. Yeah, me too. The Hulk and Beta Ray Bill comics are so good. I honestly haven't read a bunch of those. If I'm gonna be completely honest, they're doing what the guy from the anime series guy's done because Tom Spider's already met a con or using him. Yeah, that's I 100% think they're just swapping the two. I think that's another thing that's neat. Well, depends on how you look at it. But kind of neat is that it kind of like pigeonholes them too because of how significant Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and the Lizard are to Spider-Man. But the fact that they've all appeared now, like now you have to be kind of forced to use some other Spider-Man villains that we don't get as much. Finally, right? So I'm excited they're finally putting Scorpion back in the movie because he was always one of my favorites. We had the Vulture, Mysterio. I don't know. What are some other like? Can't wait for live action Big Phil. Yeah, I know, right? He might remember Peter because of in the comics. Hulk is not Bruce, but Hulk. Yeah, I definitely think they'll go with that. I 100% think they'll do it. Like Bruce has no clue who Peter is, but then when he eventually turns into Hulk, he'll be like, "Oh, I know this guy." I hope they do. If they don't, missed opportunity for sure. Can you please tell us what you're making? Oh, I'm making a boomerang. Although it's funny right now with this colorway, it kind of looks like Hobgoblin. I think I want to dry brush this blue a little bit. I don't know with what though. You saw people were mad about Aunt May doing the with great power speech. If it was happy, dude, the theater would have been burned to the ground. What are some more? I'm not really sorry. I'm dry brushing right now, trying to make sure I'm actually on the camera. I'm on because, like I said, I'm recording all this for a long form video, and I always start working on something and realize I have not been in frame the whole time. It's the worst. I'm really bad about painting through a viewfinder. Yeah, I feel like the She-Hulk series could have been a lot better, and they just didn't fully commit to the campiness of She-Hulk. She did the fourth wall break way before Deadpool even existed. They hated the twerking. I don't, I don't know, dude. I'm never gonna complain about Megan Thee Stallion twerking on my TV screen, but to each their own. Yeah, he has a gamma radiation thing that they showed that in the end of Shang-Chi, right, Mystic, like 5 years ago. But it seems like a lot of people think he's gonna turn into Savage Hulk. So maybe he loses the band or something, and he's doesn't have control over it anymore, right? Is that how they could do it? You think? PPF, what's up, dude? What are some other? I think I asked this and I got distracted. But what are some other iconic Spider-Man characters that we haven't gotten in live action? You guys would like to see in the Holland series? I'll definitely love Hobgoblin. You guys know how much I love Hobgoblin. I'd love to see Hobgoblin. That'd be cool. I've heard that a lot. There's been a lot of speculation about that, especially after No Way Home when he kind of shows he's got like kind of mystic powers, right? When he has his sling ring and stuff. I don't know. I don't picture him as a hobgoblin just because of how the character is written. But all that to say, in the comics, Ned Leeds is often framed as a hobgoblin, so that could work. Oh yeah, Jackal could be cool. Professor Warren, yeah, he could show up. That could also be a way to kind of introduce Gwen Stacy. Also, since Spider-Man's like Tom Holland Spider-Man's kind of aware of Gwen because Andrew Spider-Man, it'd be kind of cool if like she showed up and he's like, "Whoa, this is that chick that Andrew was talking about." Spider-Man, what was he? Spider-Man 3? Yeah, Rhino done right would be good. Craven would be cool. Space Monkey, appreciate it, bro. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we already had Craven in live action, but not proper. Although you're right in that they probably Marvel wouldn't be able to write that into a script with Sony's approval. So that that would unfortunately, I guess that leaves Vulture kind of in like limbo now. Morbius, which whatever, I can take it or leave it with Morbius. As long as it's Jared Leto's Morbius, keep that thing away from Spider-Man. But Craven, Chameleon was in the Craven movie, so and Rhino again. So I don't know, dude. I wish Sony would have lost track of time or something and accidentally had the rights reverted back to Marvel or Disney. Well, you guys ever see Mallrats? I know it's an older movie, but one of the main characters is obsessed with comics, but in the way that Mystic and Zacho here are. And he desperately wants to know if the things, other parts turn into a rock too. And he bumps into Stan Lee in the mall, and he asks Stan Lee about it. That's pretty funny. You guys would enjoy that. I think I would prefer Chameleon too, only because I'm not as familiar with Mr. Negative. Although he was in the Ultimate run recently, and they just started putting out that spectacular Spider-Man comic, the Brand New Day comic, which is like a recap of the older comics, and he shows up in that a lot. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know as much about Mr. Negative. I'm obviously a huge fan of Chameleon, so yeah, the Spot live action would be crazy, like crazy hard, crazy if they could pull it off too, though. Spend the base body. This is like Scorpion King or whatever his name is. He's the GI Joe body. I honestly forget what his actual name is. And then this piece is from Parachute Trooper, GI Joe Parachute Trooper, like the 40th anniversary. See, that's that piece. And then these legs are from GI Joe Kamikura. Oh, jeez. And then this is from the GI Joe Zacho the Night Creeper. So. Oh, and then boomerang pieces are from Boomerang, and then all these. I mean, you'll see the accessories later on, but all these accessories are from this base figure. I have this from a McFarlane figure. So not Spider-Man, just Peter Parker. I mean, it would work as like a good like drama piece or like teenage coming of age movie. It would work honestly. Peter Parker as a person is just tragic enough. Still, that you can make it a long movie about it. Do you remember that? Yeah, I remember that. Mystic. Did you change it up or you kept it, or do you plan on changing it up? I'm gonna get more coffee. I'll be right back. Sorry in advance if my chair squeaks. I think someone complained about that last time I streamed, like a month ago. Gotta grease those hinges, boys. Sounds like a hipper is trying to fart. What's a hipper? That sounds like a euphemism. Yeah, in the Matrix, I definitely said that with a wink wink as I walked away. Morb is back. He's done with Grand Morb. We need Prowler and Tom movies. Yeah, that could be fun. Well, we did technically, remember? Zyko, you know what, man? I truly think you need to be studied by science. William, I do play video games. Not a ton, but I actually was just talking about I got a new video game last night that I started playing, and it scared me. It was a pretty sweet movie. Movie we're talking about movie. Sorry, it was a pretty sweet game. Yeah, it's called Still Wake the Deep. Minty, what's up, man? You seem like a Resident Evil type of guy. I actually haven't played Resident Evil, but my coworker recommended it to me yesterday. We were talking about video games at work, and I was telling him about some of the horror games I like to play, and he recommended I play Resident Evil. He said the newer one's really good, like scary. You're cracking walnuts. Who's walnut? You never told it. Oh, you're smashing walnuts. You never told us about walnut. You're right. Green Goblin versus Hobgoblin. Based purely off of like power. Green Goblin. Um, off of how much I like them, Hobgoblin. Um, do you guys think the DC or Marvel Universe has an app like Tinder? I would assume so. No, you know the Avengers and stuff, and or in DC like the Justice League, they're probably on the what's that famous people like version of Tinder that like all the LA people are on? Oh damn, I forget what it's called, but that's probably what they have for those people for like the Avengers and stuff. Optimus Custom gonna get the Starscream treatment? Sweet. Yeah, Raya for superheroes. Yeah, exactly, Space Monkey. Exactly. um, your custom Hobgoblin build figure is pretty awesome. I've seen a video 20. Oh, thanks, Minty. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I'm a big Hobgoblin guy around here, so I try to do him justice. I'm actually doing an update video on that exact Hobgoblin you're talking about. I made some changes to him. Nothing. Well, I want to say nothing drastic. There's some significant changes to parts of him, but the video's been delayed several times. I also had a green guy. I was saying earlier in the stream. I also had a Green Goblin video that was supposed to go live this past Wednesday, but I ran into a couple snags, so I was put off to hopefully this upcoming Wednesday. But earlier in the week, some of the parts I was waiting for came, and I put it all together. And the head I planned on using, I never like tested or anything. I was just hoping, I bought it without seeing if it scales properly, and it didn't. He looked like a bobblehead. So I have a friend painting up some Green Goblin heads for me, but until that's done, that's put on back burner. So I was gonna double back to the Hobgoblin video, try to finish it real quick, and put that out. But I need a new cape because I want to give him a cape now. And a little insider behind the scenes for all of you guys here. When I redo that Hobgoblin, it's going to be part of a bigger series where I revamp all the goblins I've made so far because I want to switch them all around just a tad bit, just some minor things here and there. And so, yeah. So, I'm a little behind on the goblin videos now. Sacco, are you mentally good? William, he's not. He's if you've known Zacco any amount of time, that dude is anything but okay. And we still love him just as much. Scarlet Scarlet Witch Gooner 69. What's up, man? Welcome in. I get it. I've been reading the new Scarlet Witch comic. Scarlet Witch is a mommy for sure. Zacho, as far as vitamins, you can take too many vitamins, but you probably have to take a pretty significant amount before it becomes like too much. And even then, I think you just get a little sick. It won't like. Don't quote me on it because I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure it's not like life threatening. What vitamins do you take, if you don't mind me asking? Just you said like was it just like a multivitamin or a particular vitamin in particular? Either way, though, I don't think you're gonna die if you accidentally take like 2 doses instead of 1. And yeah, I do still have that No Way Home Green Goblin. I'll never get rid of that thing. I love the way that paint job came out. I would like to make a display with like a No Way Home display eventually. You know, with like Doctor Strange and the 3 Spider-Man, and then all the villains. Have the Green Goblin. It's not exactly movie accurate, but it looks cool. So it would be fun to put like a whole display together centered around that. If I remember correctly, I pre-ordered this like this company was making a 112 Sandman custom that came with like a huge like Sandman base, kind of similar to I think Hot Toys had one. Some people use a Hot Toys base. It looks so good at 112 scale, but it's so expensive, so I can never buy that individually. But then this company was making a 112 Sandman with this big old sand base, like, you know, display base, diorama piece, basically. And I was like, oh man, that looks cool. But I didn't want to spend like $100-something on like a soft goods, you know, third party Sandman. But then they started selling the diorama just by itself. So if I'm not mistaken, I pre-ordered that a while ago. Those things usually take a while. So I don't know when or if they'll ever come out, but if it does, that'll definitely inspire me to continue putting that display together. Black Widow better? That's crazy. Well, that's not that crazy. Sorry, that's not that crazy. But I personally would choose Scarlet Witch. Psylocke Gunner, 69. What a similar name. I'm guessing you have absolutely no relation to the other 69 Gunner in here, right? It's a crazy coincidence. I don't know what just made me think of it. I know I didn't respond in a moment, but Mystic, you said you want more Blockies videos. I could do more Blockies videos. Magic. So you definitely have a type. William, you're going Black Cat? I'd say based off of comics, yeah, sure. Probably Black Cat will go near the top. I mostly only read Spider-Man comics, so I only have so many worthwhile characters to choose from. Obviously, MJ's a classic for Spider-Man. But for live action, honestly, I would say one of the top ones in live action for me is Elaine. Dude, I've had Florence Pugh has been my celebrity crush since I saw her in Hereditary. Not Hereditary, Midsommar. The other crazy Ari Aster movie. Have you done Shocker? I have, Minty. Yeah, definitely one of my faves. Yeah, do check it out. It wasn't a long form video; it was just a short. But I have a long form video coming out soon on the whole Superior 7. So I've been Fan Matrix is still in here. I've been talking about and wanting to do the Crispy versus Lore dump for ages now, and so I think I'm finally ready to do it. But that's gonna be a long video, so it's still a ways out. But I've already started recording for it, so everyone get hyped. It is actively in the works and gonna come eventually. Yeah, the Predaling, that idea has been fully shelved for now. Yeah, Shocker's definitely underrated. We have technically had Shocker in the MCU as well. Definitely a lot of characters they need to come back to eventually. We've had the beginnings of Prowler, Shocker. We've even had the Tinkerer. They introduced a lot of characters in Spider-Man Homecoming and haven't really used a lot of them since. Like, obviously, I guess, for obvious reasons, they were not in New York for Far From Home. And then everything that happened in No Way Home, so. Yeah, well, in Homecoming, it's one of the Vulture's grunts has a Shocker gauntlets. It's originally the white dude. I forget his name, but then the other grunt, the black dude, ends up being Herman Schultz, and he gets the gauntlets near the end. And the Vulture kills the white dude that originally had the um, Shocker gauntlets. So, but Herman Schultz survives, I think, by the end of Homecoming. So I think he's still around. And then who you call it? Donald Glover is Prowler in Homecoming, and he mentions that he has a nephew. So oh, Minty, yeah, all the Craven controversy. So it's funny that the very origin of that Craven. I plan on making a video about it because I had a lot of people ask about it today on that video, and I had even more people say how much they liked my original design over the comic accurate one I made. So that was like a huge surprise, and made me feel good. Maybe it was nice and gratifying. So I really appreciate that, all the kind words you guys gave me on my original Craven design. And no one said anything bad about the comic design, so that's nice too. I think it's like pretty straightforward comic design, so I was pretty confident you guys wouldn't like hate it or anything. But so the controversy around the the first design that I kind of retired was that basically people, um when I first like showed off my Sinister Six, like lost their mind because he was black, and you know Craven is very famously a white Russian dude. Um, but like I said in the video, no one really gave me a chance to explain why that dude is Craven and is black. I did a breakdown video. I updated it. I did some changes to that figure once, and I kind of did like a deeper dive in that video about how in this universe, you know, Craven is like just a title. I mean, not just a title; it's a namesake too, but a name, a title that derives from Craven, the OG Craven. And I was talking about how, it's just a title, this and that, and then I had people commenting on the video like, oh, Craven's not a title; it's the dude's last name. And it's like, okay, like, come on. I, not to be rude, I'm always open to being corrected when I'm wrong. I made a Sandman video where I said I was basing off his first appearance because it was a version of Sandman I never really saw before, and it actually ended up being when he was in the Frightful Four. It was like Fantastic Four thing, I think. But so everyone correct me on that. That's fine. But but then in this video they're like, oh, Craven's not a title, it's his last name. It's like, yeah, I know that. I know where Craven originates from, but the idea was that the real Craven is dead, and so there's a need for a hunter. I also got the idea from Spider-Man Unlimited. It's how it's like a kind of like an alternate universe, and so you got a lot of the characters. And in there's this dude, big hulking black dude, kind of similar to like the PS5 Craven. And he's not called Craven; he's just called the Hunter. But obviously, you get the idea. So I took inspiration from that too. And I eventually expanded the lore that he is the son of Craven and Calypso, which Calypso is a black woman. She's often like a African, goddess, witch, whatever. And so that's why he is black, and he is using the family name, although he's not, he's raised as Calypso's kid. He later finds out that he's Craven's kid, and so he takes on the title of Craven and becomes the hunter. I thought it was a really good custom. Thank you. Pack, what's up, dude? William, yes, exactly, William. It's sadly a big issue. Exactly, Minty. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead in the chat, but exactly, Minty. This Craven wears a mask, and there's a reason why. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lore reason for everything. And ultimately, yeah, I agree. You're 100% right, William, that it's a universe I created, so I can do whatever I want in it. And I kind of had that realization today when so many people were giving such kind words of encouragement towards my design, is like realizing that like I often critique Disney, right, of their decisions that they make for Star Wars and Marvel, and it seems like sometimes they make decisions seemingly based off of how the loudest minority will interpret it or post a reaction video about it online. You know what I mean? And they should just make what. Sorry, sirens going by. So I think I was like funny, kind of funny. I realized today, like, oh, I'm kind of like doing the same thing. So, I kind of had the realization today that like I can do whatever I want in my universe. Like, you know, when I started this universe, the main Spider-Man was going to be Miles because I had the where is it? He's sitting around here somewhere. I'll grab it in a second, show you guys. But I had the Sentinel, Miles Morales, and I wanted to do the McFarlane figures because you know they're 7-inch scale, and this Sentinel Miles Morales is small to begin with, and even smaller next to a McFarlane. And so I was going to use that as a storytelling way to exaggerate the scaling and the power scaling, right? Uh, and then I had so many people like, "Oh, where's Spider Man? Where's Spider Man? Where's Spider Man?" And they're like, "You know, where's Peter?" Blah blah blah. And at first, I was just like, he's dead. Miles is Spider Man. But I got so many questions about him that at a point I started to feel pressured to make a Peter Parker Spider Man. And I honestly struggle a lot to make a Peter Parker Spider Man for, I don't know, it just feels like, you know, I'm a huge Spider Man fan. I love Peter Parker. I love Miles Morales. He's just like, the Peter Parker is like such a legacy character. And I think like, I don't have too many ideas in my mind that can like reinvent Peter Parker or like the designers too. Like I think it's like pretty perfect as is, you know, you know what I mean? So like I don't really have too many ideas on how I can make it better. I've made a couple different Cyborg Spider-Man variants that I just don't love. Um so I'm just like um you know, I have like this idea now, especially after this creating video today, like, oh, you know, I should just move forward with all the ideas I have and just realize it's my own universe. Literally anything can happen in this universe. The Black Raven could be Spider-Man in my universe. Who cares, right? No one has to like it except me. And all of you guys actually love everything I do, and so I should just stick to my guns, and it's um, a lot more meaningful that way. You know what I mean? So let me grab that Miles real quick so I can show you guys. Oh, there's a Power Ranger in the back. Have you guys noticed that? The half phased. Oh, it's right here. Oops. Thank you, Mystic. And yeah, that is Lego Miles. There's always a Miles not too far from me. Let's see what is next here. What should we do next? Okay, so we're in a good spot right now with this boomerang. That Miles Going Invisible is my favorite. Thank you. Yeah, I was really proud of that one. I'm glad I was able to finally get that video out. That was a really fun one to make, and one I thought would be really good. It's one of the best long form videos I've put out, like performance wise. That and my McFarlane CL Hobgoblin actually. So that's cool. I appreciate that. I like the blue being worn out, and then sorry, I'm filming. There's my main cameras right here. So I'm filming the long form content as we're hanging out. So just know that when this video goes live, you guys are in it. So I think I gotta. What should I do next? Excuse me. So I gotta figure out the belts. I'm gonna have this one, and how did it go? I was gonna have them like. Maybe I was gonna do. Should I have 10? Jared, what's up, dude? Coffee at 8? Yeah, Zacho. I took a nap, drinking some coffee. I'm a late night guy, so. Oops. Yeah, so I think the belt's gonna go like that. That'll work. What do you think? I should just probably just keep the belts black, right? What do you think? This is the that's the design I'm going after, like the old. Probably just keep the belts black, right? Or should I do kind of like an off-white? I don't know. What do you guys think? Sorry, I got distracted looking up the Spurs game. Anyone into sports here? um, Ned should be Kingpin Universe Trust. If you don't mind me asking, what's your job? Oh yeah, I don't mind. It's I do maintenance at a college university. My biggest fear for a customer research parts for female vultures that the parts in real life won't fit together. Yeah, I mean that's always a risk when you're like digit bashing something before you put it together. Like I mentioned earlier, I had a goblin put all together. I thought would work good. Didn't work at all because of the scaling. I think it'd be cool if there was a version of Spider-Man who could really turn. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Peck, I don't know if Kane can do that. Can he? All right. See a Psylocke. Packet. No, I don't watch hockey. Not too often. It's like one of the few sports I don't actively pay attention to as much. I'm guessing you as a Canadian like hockey, right? It's a big one for you. um, do you take bathroom breaks before you start streaming, or do you just stream with like getting that put? What does that even mean, Zacho? Yeah, I try to like pee right before I stream. But I'll just like get up and pee on stream if I have to. It's not that big a deal. Football, best sport, argue with the wall. Um, yeah, well, I like football mystics, so American football, not the soccer crap. Soccer sucks. I would. I never really understood soccer, but I guess I hesitate to say it sucks. So this, I was looking for this thing. This. It was good talking to you too, William. Thanks for hanging out, dude. See you, Zacho. So this thing has this little ball. It's supposed to have like a hanging piece, but I can't find it. So cut it off I shall. You know, there's a really good clip of me in the Green Goblin video, like slicing my finger bad, which is funny because like in the video, I'm thinking in my head, "Oh, I gotta be careful because if this knife slips, it's gonna hurt." Then it slips, and I start bleeding everywhere. Mystic, if you're a football fan, you got a favorite team? Lions. Oh, okay. Good choice. Packet. I definitely think that's what they're going for. So far, that's what it seems like to me, at least. What do you think? You're biased, though. Why are you from the Detroit area or Michigan? Michigan. Yeah. Okay. Ah, so you're not too far from me, Mystic. Well, I mean, you can be pretty far from me, depending on where in the state, but we're Midwest companions. What the hell are you on today? Oh, I got quiet in this chat. What's everyone else up to tonight? Yeah, Pack. I think that's what they'll eventually end up doing. Do you think she'll have like a full arc and become good again? I saw a lot of people talk about how they think who you call it actually isn't actually dead. That dude's that one kid's dad that like sacrificed himself. A lot of people think he's not dead because they kind of made it a point to show that he saw Maul basically let Devin's master die. So people kind of think that's like how who you call him? The Heliante is nice, good to know. Hey man, I might be 30 going on 31, but I try to interacting with you guys daily in the Discord and stuff keeps me young. Staying online keeps me young. Working around college students, you guys keep me young. So plus it's funny, I get all my old head coworkers into it too. So me and my like 55-year-old coworker will just go around being like, "What the hell, Yante?" Trying to get your fish tank perfect. That's exciting. Have you had fish before, Mystic? Also, no one answered me. I don't know what to do with these belts. Should I make them white? Yeah, there might be something about that detective. Yeah, Pack. That's why I think too. What's the crispy verse tell you? I think like white or like an off white, it might like pop because there's so many dark colors. I think like black would look fine. Obviously, black goes well with everything. But how the? Because we put this back on here, I think I'll make this. Oh, I don't know. This harness being brown honestly might not be that bad. Yeah, I mean that doesn't look terrible. Man, I wish I was a professor. I was not smart enough. um, no, I think I'm smart enough. I just never went to college. No, I work maintenance at college university. Okay, white it is. I'm gonna do like this off white. It's a nice color. I like this color. Oh my goodness, I was recording the whole time. In the reference art I'm using, he's got like a lot of white accents, like the boomerangs and stuff. So yeah, I think white will be a good choice here. Especially this off white will still give it like a pretty nice worn out look, especially going over to black. This will look good. So got the bubbler to work. It only works when the filter isn't. Oh, okay. Well, we should figure it out. Don't worry, Mystic. Fish are surprisingly resilient. Just make sure to do your research on whatever fish you get, because I know they're all like different, like temperatures and everything. And then otherwise you should be good, dude. Don't worry about it. It's just scary. It's obviously just very nerve wracking to be in charge of another creature, but you'll be good, dude. I know you will. Uh, I'm not observer. Just yeah, yeah. I have a couple tattoos, a couple of visible ones. I don't have any non-visible. These are the only ones I have. Sorry, I worded that weird. I don't have any like tramp stamps or something. I guess that's also funny. It could have just simply been like a back tattoo you couldn't see easily. I don't. Don't mind me. um, it's funny. It's like it's just that was definitely just like a thing of the times because my mom and aunt both have matching lower back tattoos. No, my mom and aunt are young, but yeah, they got matching tattoos, lower back tattoos, and my aunt even had like a belly button tattoo. So that was the '90s for you, baby. I was only 5 when 2000 came around, so I'm not gonna act like I know what the '90s were actually like, but I'm familiar with Y2K culture at least. Um, okay, potential spoilers for Daredevil Born Again season 2 if you haven't watched. I'm about to answer Paquette's question here and give some end of season spoilers. I am curious if Daredevil's going to be in this show, if or the movie. Um, if he is, I'll be insanely surprised with how well kept of a secret that is. It would definitely make sense, right? Um, well, not I guess technically what it could be argued it wouldn't make sense now that he's in jail. Um, but there is a pretty significant emphasis on a jail scene in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. So, and the hand is there. So, which is it's funny is it just goes back to yeah, exactly. The hand is there. Maybe he ends up in a jail cell talking to Matt like, dude, like what are these ninjas all about? And and then a fight breaks out. I know he'll probably still be in jail for Born Again season 3. I don't think they would like tie up or expand a plot of that show in the movies, especially Spider-Man movie. I mean, it would make sense, but it seems like it's as much as it at least references the larger world at whole, seems to like want to try to be self-contained for the most part, which I'm fine with. If you want to keep most of the street level stuff to Disney shows, that'd be sick. Like now that we're gonna get Luke Cage and Iron Fist is confirmed to be coming back in season 3. I would love if we got a season of Heroes for Hire. That'd be so cool. Um, I would love like if Jessica Jones got a show again, or she could be in like a pretty prominent secondary character in Heroes for Hire since her and Luke are married with a kid, which I think is awesome. They finally did that. More of the like a Hawkeye season 2 or something spinning off of that with like Kate Bishop and everything. That'd be really fun. Or they definitely started teasing the Young Avengers before they like started like before Disney started like floundering and trying to like get some footing again. So maybe do some Young Avengers stuff on like the TV scale, um, like Kamala and Kamala and Kate. Sorry, I'm painting. Sometimes can't do two things at once, but Kamala Khan and Kate and who else? Who else would be some good? Well, America, right? They teased America was going to be with them. Oh, Ironheart. The Ironheart show was far from perfect, but I think her character just struggles from like continually bad writers. I think the character still has plenty of potential within the MCU, if you ask me. Maybe I'm biased because I love to see a Chicago-based hero get some screen time, but yeah, Defender show would be amazing, Pack. I hope whoever's in charge of that stuff next writes Iron Fist better. I never watched the Iron Fist show. I didn't hear too many good things about it, honestly. I liked Danny and the Defenders. He wasn't bad, and he was some of the best stuff ever was when he was in Luke Cage. What was that, season 2 when they did like a Heroes for Hire episode? Like man, do more of that. I just think those characters. I mean, I like the Luke Cage show a lot, and I think Luke Cage definitely can hold his own. without like a supporting cast. He just got a lot of cool villains, but like all the Serpent Society stuff, that was cool. That was really cool. But all that street level stuff also just lends itself so well to like constant like team ups and crossovers and stuff. It's just so common in the comics. I mean, everyone crosses over with everyone in the comics, but especially so with like street level guys. Although like Iron Fist's got pretty deep lore, so I never watched the show though, so I could it could be like not as bad as everyone says it was, but sounds like it wasn't that great of a show. It was one of the weaker ones. I honestly skipped over it when I was like binging all the Netflix shows. I binged Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Defenders, but never watched Iron Fist or Punisher. Even actually, the girl I was dating at the time thought Punisher would be too violent, so she didn't want to watch it. Oh yeah, Wiccan and Speed. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with those characters for sure. And yeah, Netflix did one season of Defenders, which was more than anything. It was like Daredevil season 2.5, because then Daredevil season 3 starts like literally like seconds after Defenders ends. So it was like pretty like critical that you watched one not understanding the other, which is funny because I never watched it when it was coming out, but my parents were real big into Daredevil on Netflix, but they didn't watch any of the other shows, just Daredevil. So they skipped over Defenders when that came out. And so when I was doing the rewatch, or not, well, watch for the first time, I never watched it to be. So when I was binging it for the first time, when the Defenders and everything happened, um, I started season 3 Daredevil. I'm thinking the whole time, thinking, how the hell did my parents watch season 3 Daredevil and even slightly comprehend what was happening? It was just so obviously like had a lot of stuff missing if you hadn't watched their Defenders. So I thought that was fun. Um, Ironheart Comics better in the show. Yeah, I would agree. What hero would you like to see get more attention? Oh, that's a great question. Who would I like to see get more attention? Um, damn, that's a great question. I mean, maybe some of the street level guys we were just talking about. I'd love to see Luke Cage again, more Iron Fist, but they've got attention in the past, so I don't know. Let's see. What are some of your guys' answers like Pack? What would your first answer be? I know the X-Men are coming again, but I would love to see like Wolverine and stuff back. Which Pack would be like, you're such a poser, but like I like Wolverine and stuff. So Fantastic Four. I was always a big Fantastic Four fan, and so I'm glad they're finally back. The first steps wasn't bad. I admittedly was expecting more to happen with like Galactus and everything, and this movie leading up to Doomsday and everything. I was admittedly had different expectations, but for what it was fun, and I think all the characters are spot on. I like how they made Johnny not just like a himbo, like they actually made him like a really dude as well. I like how they did that. I think Pedro as has Reed actually worked really well. Oh, yeah, I would definitely like more Shang-Chi. I was just gonna say, I would love, what was I gonna say? Um, Ghost Rider. I loved the Ghost Rider movies as a kid. If I watched them back now, I'd probably be like, "What the hell was that?" But as a kid, I thought they were cool, and I always liked Nick Cage. And the dude's nuts in a lot of his roles, but definitely like in a good way. Like he definitely throws himself into the most wacky roles and like really makes the most of it. Um, but yeah, I'd love to see Ghost Rider again. Pretty cool if they did like now that we got Werewolf by Night and everything, and like Man Thing and everything. Maybe we get a Midnight Sun show soon. That'd be cool. Since Disney won't admit it, but we all know that the Blade movie's probably never going to happen. Like doing a Midnight Sun show or something would be an easy way to kind of at least introduce the world to vampires. That'd be cool. Oh, Catalyst, that'd be a really fun custom. Do you I know you said you were inspired by me to make some customs. I would love to see the customs you come up with. You post your stuff anywhere, Catalyst? You got any social media I should check out? See some of these customs? Post on here or Instagram or anywhere? Yeah, Pack. I think the Hulk doesn't get enough love. I know it's like a legal thing because I think Paramount or something random still owns his rights, so he can only ever be like a secondary character. That's why there's so many like indirect Hulk movies through other characters like Thor Ragnarok and stuff. But I would definitely like a proper Hulk show or movie or something. He's such a significant character, and what's funny is if you ask like leading into MCU days, like the big three was Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk, right? We got a ton of Spider-Man and Wolverine stuff over the years. We definitely have Hulk, not so much. Not so much. Poor Hulk. The 2003 Hulk movie that wasn't part of the MCU or anything. It was the Ang Lee Hulk. That was an interesting interpretation of the Hulk, I would say. I remember liking it as a kid. It was like pretty heavy concepts of like the Hulk feeding on like his like childhood trauma stuff. Did any of you guys ever watch that movie? That was pretty irrelevant to everything that happens in the MCU and stuff. So I'm sure everyone's only ever seen that Ed Norton Hulk. But oh, you know what else I loved as a kid? Watching reruns of the Hulk TV show from like the 80s or whatever with Lou Ferrigno. I loved watching that. It was so ridiculous. Talk about absolutely ridiculous. It was just the Hulk was just basic. Well, Lou Ferrigno, which if no one knows who that is, basically just a huge dude that was literally painted green to be the Hulk. He was just like a bodybuilder dude. They actually did I think it was like a TV movie with and it had Daredevil in it. They're like in court for something, and Daredevil was in it, so that's kind of cool. Oh, nice. Um, okay, Catalyst, I'll check it out. Pack, yeah, Mr. Sinister getting introduced would be cool. I don't, I don't know what as far as X-Men villains go. I only know basically all the ones Fox did. So obviously, I'm obviously very well versed in Magneto and Juggernaut. I actually always loved. He made his way into Spider-Man media too, so I'm pretty familiar with him. Um, Apocalypse because of the Oscar Isaac Apocalypse. But Mr. Sinister is like a pretty significant villain, right? Like he'd be a pretty like significant like overarching villain of like a whole um, saga, like a MCU saga. You know what I mean? He could be like, would he be like a potentially like a Thanos level threat for the universe? Is he that significant? I hope we like continue to get some like I hope it like the X Men reboot. We obviously are like definitely gonna get a Magneto, right? You have to have Magneto. You can't have Charles without Magneto. But like I said, you get like Magneto and Doom and just like all these like really big strong villains that aren't just gonna be like one off villains. You know what I mean? Loki level. Okay. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Okay, cool. I still think that he would be like pretty significant though, right? Like that'd be like a good villain to introduce. Avon or Rick Jones, yeah. I remember seeing Ang Lee's Hulk. Oh, nice, dude. Okay, Lego fun time. So you're an older head like me. Welcome. It's always nice and refreshing to get a dude. If you're 12 and 03, I was 8. Okay, so yeah, you're only 4 years older than me. Okay, cool. Oh, that's cool. You've met him a couple times, Catalyst. That's cool. I wasn't sure if all that lore I was pulling out would be known. It's cool that all you guys are familiar with the Lou show and Lou and everything. That's cool. Catalyst, yeah, yeah. Lou Ferrigno was the security guard in Ang Lee's Hulk, and he was in '08's Hulk too. That's cool that he continues to pop up. Who would you guys want? I've seen some people talk about it. Excuse me, sorry. Who would you guys want to be like the next Stan Lee like cameo in every movie, if anyone even? Here, we'll make a bill. Okay, cool. So who would you say is I guess it doesn't even have to be an X Men villain. It probably wouldn't be, as to my knowledge. You probably wouldn't be any X Men villain significant enough, right? Besides maybe Magneto. But like, who would you guys want to see as like the next like overarching like big bad that like a whole saga leads up to? Since we're gonna do Doom this time around, we had Thanos. Um, McFarlane would be funny actually. They kind of flubbed it with Kang. I don't know if Kang would ever. I don't know. I saw a lot of people debate that Kang was even a bad choice to be that large of a threat. Um, I guess I understand that they just didn't write him good enough in the few things we saw him in to take him as seriously as we did Thanos. So, like, he lost to Ant Man. That's when he lost me, unfortunately. Like, Quantumania just did so much lasting damage to this saga, if you ask me. But I guess like Annihilus would be a good option, right? I mean, Galactus is still out there somewhere. I think it'd be cool too if you defeat Galactus, but he never like actually fully dies. Doom should stick around. Yeah, Annihilation Saga would be insane with like the negative zone and stuff, dude. Yeah, exactly. Fantastic Four with Spidey. Oh man, that'd be so good. Oh, and Nova. Yeah, we could finally get Nova. Yeah. These are some great options. Or like great things that could be introduced with this character. Or this storyline rather. I think it should definitely be like a nihilist. That'd be cool. Who are some other like significant villains? I guess Ultron again, right? Like they kind of wasted him on a second Avengers movie. It could be Ultron. Um, like I said, Doom's always going to be around. Hopefully, I don't know. I know Secret Wars is always like Doom, right? um, or some other significant storylines, Galactus and Annihilus. Oh yeah, it sucks they kind of wasted the scrolls. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Lego, right? Because I'm thinking like the original Secret Wars was the Beyonder, and I'm assuming the Secret Wars they do next year is going to be like 2015 Secret Wars, not the 80s Secret Wars. So yeah, it sucks that the Korean scrolls were messed up so bad because that would be a pretty significant one. I don't know. Maybe that's yeah, yeah. Doom was this. It was Doom and the Beyonder were like the big bads of the original Secret Wars. 'Cause that's why. But and then in the 2015 Secret Wars, that's when he becomes a God Emperor Doom, right? Rips the spine out of Thanos and everything. That'd be cool to see in live action. What would you guys like to see? I'm getting up to get a drink, but what would you guys like to see out of this Doom? Would you want like a really like I don't know, just in general? I won't put any ideas in your head. Just tell me like what Doom would you guys want? Um, and do you think this is the permanent? Like, what's also your guys' theories right now? Do you think this is the permanent Doom we're going to get? I doubt it because they're paying what Robert Downey Jr. like damn near $10 million to this movie, so I doubt that's their plan long term. Long term, but yeah. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, it just being a Doombot would be a crazy twist. Yeah, Onslaught, that's true. That could be an option. Right? Packhead, Mr. X-Men. Would that be a good option? Yeah, Doom from Earth's Mightiest Heroes is a great depiction. Dude, Kang in Earth's Mightiest is so good too. I feel like Marvel animation was just really biffing it around that time, dude. The Spider-Man, like Spectacular Spider-Man was so good. They never got a third season. They ended Earth's Mightiest Heroes was so good. That ended way too early. Because they want to do like that's when the continuity of all those shows started to get all screwed up, right? Because they wanted like Spider-Man in it, and then they had the Guardians of the Galaxy, and sorry, I'm doing like detail work right now, like locked in, all the way locked in. Pack. So what exactly is Onslaught? Is it it's it's Xavier and Magneto combined or something, right? Yeah, it's well, I think that's like a big inspiration behind why they spent all that money on RDJs because they like they had to like rewrite all their plans so late because of the whole Kang thing. So they brought the Russos back. They brought RDJ back for a lot of money. Chris Evans back. Like they're like, okay, what made us $1 billion last time? Let's go back to that. So I'm like a lot of people were hyped when they saw that first trailer with Chris Evans back, and I actually wasn't that excited because I'm like, dude, he literally just did his thing, where like he puts all the rings back and becomes old on purpose and like gives up being Cap, and we have a new Cap. And they're like, JK, it's going to make us more money if Chris Evans is here, so he's back. And obviously, it's going to make sense in context. It's obviously a university stadium where he has kids and everything, and so I'm sure that's going to be a big part of it. A lot of people think there's going to be like a connection to Doom and all the Avengers kids, because I guess Thor's adopted kid and Steve having a kid. He's going after Franklin at the end. Although obviously he's going after Franklin because the dude's like, Franklin's like, isn't he in most iterations in the comics like the most powerful being in the Marvel universe? Like doesn't he like make whole universes for fun as like a toddler? Yeah, it's tough. Like I get as like I don't Marvel doesn't need me to be defensive for him or anything, but I understand why it went down the way they did because they had to like revise everything last minute because of the Kang switch up, which I think is so funny is like the whole thing with Jonathan Majors is like Kang is probably like the easiest person to recast of all time. You can explain away his looks like immediately. So why they didn't do that, I don't know. I'll never know. But it just leads me to believe they probably wanted to dip on that idea anyway. And so they're like, oh yeah, see Jonathan Majors, he's guilty. We gotta because they're waiting till like he was fully proven guilty before they cut ties with him. But like if he was proven like if he won the case or whatever is proven innocent, would they have moved forward with the Kang stuff? You know what I mean? Or do you think that was already like predetermined? And when he got in trouble, they're like, "Well, damn, that sucks, but thank God now we can now we can like dish the Kang stuff." You know what I mean? I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg type thing. Well, from what I've read too, is that Kang was supposed to win an Ant Man, and then they did like a last minute switch up because they're like, "Oh well, Ant Man got stuck in the quantum realm." Literally the last Ant Man movie, but it's like, well, stop writing it like that then. But like that makes the most sense with that movie. Like Ant Man should not be able to beat Kang 1v1. At least this variant of Kang. This is supposed to be the Conqueror Kang, like a defeated Kang that was stuck in this realm. Like I don't know, dude. That they really messed it up by using him as the main villain in Ant Man. Especially the way they advertised it as like in the trailers, right when Ant Man was doing that monologue of like, oh, I don't need to win. I just need to make sure he loses. Which made sense because everyone's like, yeah, Ant Man can't really beat Kang, right? So like, there goes Scott Lang Ant Man, just for us to get the movie and he beats Kang 1v1. And I don't think he says that line in the movie once, does he? I think it was a lot of last minute like, oh no, we have to change this up. But like Ant Man's always been like pretty like small scale stuff in the two movies prior, right? It was just like I was watching a video on it the other day. I didn't even realize it, but like Ant-Man always came out after, or is it after or right before like the main events? So like it was kind of like a palate cleanser, like a little bit lighter. The first one was a heist movie. The second one was like an adventure, and and so this one they wanted to go for like an epic, and that just didn't work. Not with that character, not with the way they wrote it. Yeah, exactly. I think they like. Sorry, I'm going back and reading a message now. I was like locked into tiny detail stuff I'm working on, but yeah, I think they really wasted a lot of potential on like characters that like they weren't like fully committed to going through with. Like you said, they had tons of time to set up Sam Wilson as Cap, and they kind of biffed that too because like they were so non-committal. Like the the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, it had its flaws, but I honestly don't think it was that bad of a show, and it helped set up Cam Sam as Cap. Um, and then we get the Captain America movie, and he's kind of doing the same thing again. They're like, I don't know if I'm Cap. It's like we already established this. We already went through this dilemma. You are Cap. And so it's just like they're just like I don't know. They're just so non-committal with a lot of the decisions they made post Endgame. It's like, dude, just like go with it. You haven't let anything like come to fruition. Like I understand the masses aren't going to fully understand it. It's we're so far removed from like the early days of Marvel where it took a while for some of the stuff to pay off. But like now it's like you can't just think every movie's going to be like Endgame level scale and make everyone happy all at once. You got to build up to it. Like the Eternals. There was a whole ass Eternal sticking out of the ocean, and it took how many movies before they even addressed it in a Captain America movie, nonetheless. Shang-Chi we just never saw again. Plus, like obviously the uh, the Kang technology was going to be directly tied into Kamala's bands and what else? I feel like there was something else I'm drawing a blank on right now. But like now none of that's going to make sense, right? Like I don't know what they're doing, dude. I guess you could easily tie it into like Dooms after that tech, but I feel like they definitely started falling victim to like quantity over quality. Like we had a pretty good system before they started doing the shows where we get what about 3 movies a year, one in the beginning, one in the summer, one in the fall, maybe sometimes maybe just two. But like that was good. That was plenty. And the shows are fine. I think some of the smaller stories can be told on the TV side, but like they just went way too heavy into the that stuff and kind of messed it all up, if you ask me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I say all this, but I'm still like cautiously optimistic for Doomsday. I want it to be good. Doctor Doom is obviously one of my favorite villains of all time. and I want to see this stuff start to get better. I think ultimately too, if you can do it decently enough, the soft like reboot that can come from like Secret Wars will be good for the brand. I think personally. So I hope they can stick the landing enough to get there. You know what I mean? I think though, like I think they're set up well because Spider-Man's gonna make a ton of money. Um, Doomsday's gonna make a ton of money naturally. Everyone's gonna want to see what the hell's going on in that movie. You know what I mean? Um, what else? Um, Adamantium Pack. Oh yeah, they're re-releasing Endgame with a new end credit scene that's gonna lead up to Doomsday. So I don't know how successfully they'll get butts in the seats because I'm sure someone will leak the end credits, the new end credit scene like 2 days after it's in theaters. But I'll gladly go see Endgame in the theaters again. Uranium. I've been hearing that this Doom Illusion's film a different variant. Oh, I mean that could be interesting. That could be a way to do it. As much as like I've been reading a lot more comics recently, and I know it's common in comics that like no one's ever really dead. There's a million variants. But I'm gonna be so honest. I'm ready for this multiversal saga to end for now, so we can stop with everyone's a variant of each other and blah blah blah. Oh, dude, if Image Comics started making movies, that'd be amazing. That'd be so cool. I'd definitely be down for that. There's I think like ton of traction towards Spawn finally getting a movie. I mean, they've been saying that for like a trillion years, but I've always been a fan of McFarlane and stuff. But the best thing that could happen to Spawn is if McFarlane just let go, dude. You know what I mean? Like, we'll never get a good Spawn action figure because he refuses to give the IP to anyone. We'll never get a Spawn movie. I mean, they swear there's traction now towards a Spawn movie, so we'll see. I think Blumhouse is helping make it, so that gives me a little bit of hope. They make a lot of decent stuff. Do a lot of horror, so that'd be cool. He is quite literally Hellspawn, so if you lean into the horror aspect of it all, that could work. You don't think Spawn would work on what would be your concerns about Spawn? Is the fifth season of Invincible gonna be the last one? I can't remember. Is that gonna be the last season? Or they haven't determined that yet? I mean, yeah, Spawn is a little campy, I guess. I think you can make a serious movie out of it. I guess the issue too, though, is that Todd will always be very closely connected to it. So, seeing Todd McFarlane that says female characters don't sell, and if you bought your son a female superhero for their birthday or Christmas, it would make them a serial killer. So, I don't know how much I trust his judgment all the time. Which is also just a random tangent on that. I think that's nuts because anytime he's made a first of all, he had the DC license for like 4 or 5 years before he even made one classic Wonder Woman, which is just absurd if you ask me. She's the trinity of DC, her, Superman, Batman. He makes 10,000 Batmans. And trust me, I get it, they all sell. So why would you stop? But, dude, that long to make a Wonder Woman? And then, anyway, the whole point of what I'm saying is then he does make a Wonder Woman, they sell out instantly. So, like, what's your whole argument now about female characters don't sell? DC has some of the most iconic female characters ever, and he's made now he's made all of them now that he's got to lose the license, but there was no Zatanna, there was no Wonder Woman, there's no Poison Ivy. Like, come on, dude. There's so many. Oh, dude, Tech Jacket would be so cool. He is very unpredictable back. Catalyst, Mattel got the license back. And I got the some of the new Mattel movie figures for Motu. Dude, they're amazing. So if the DC stuff is going to be anything like that, yeah, it's going to be good, man. We're going to be in good. And they're like slightly scaled up. They're, you know, I don't know why no one can just make some damn 6-inch scale DC characters, because I don't care about continuity. They're toys, dude. I want my Batman and Spider-Man to be hanging out. I want Wonder Woman to team up with Thor, you know, in my displays. Like, let me have fun. But the Mattel stuff's slightly scaled up, but honestly, I don't think it's too bad. Especially like Wonder Woman is supposed to be huge. Superman's a big dude, so I think certain characters will really work. And I think overall, just like the continuity between all the characters will probably be pretty all right. So at least they're not statues anymore. Yeah, exactly. No, I haven't in Matrix. I still haven't even seen season 3. I'm still on season 2 of The Boys. I'm way behind. I want to catch up now that it's all over though. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was another big thing. Is like I love DC characters, and I could never. I can never pose them properly because McFarlane. You know, I think someone broke it down before. Is that like it's pretty obvious with McFarlane figures that he like builds them as like statues and then like cuts the articulation in later. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you guys. So that's why a lot of it's like wonky and stuff. Yeah, the white works good, I think. I like it. Belt 1. Belt 2. I think in context it'll work good. I gotta paint up the bottom half this purple so that matches the pants. I should have painted up this stuff. Anyway. But geez, I already been streaming almost 3 hours, huh? Well, I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna eat some of my Taco Bell leftovers and hang out. Maybe I'll start catching up on The Boys since everyone keeps asking me about it. But yeah, it was fun hanging out again. It's always tricky for me to find time to do this because of my schedule and everything. Now I work Tuesday to Saturday nights, and then Sunday, Monday I spend with my partner, so I don't really have a lot of time to stream. But she's out of town for the day, so I was able to have the whole day to myself. Video games, naps, Taco Bell. I do miss her now. I'll be excited when she comes back. But for now, let me eat some Taco Bell, hang out with you guys. But yeah, it was what am I playing? Oh, I got this new game pack. It's like a horror game. It's Still Wakes the Deep. Dude, that game had me like on the edge of my seat the whole time. That thing was scary as hell. So now that's nighttime again. Perfect time to start playing it again, right? What old X-Men movie? Ooh. Dude, like 1 and 2 were like iconic. I just want, yeah, I know Pac's gonna be like, oh, you're a poser because I always bust his balls in Discord about how I don't read X-Men comics. I never watched X-Men 97. Well, I tried. I just wasn't too big into it. But I loved the X-Men movies when I was a kid. I grew up on those. And I would like to see good X-Men media. So, well, shoot, maybe I'll catch up on X-Men 97 too. The season 2 is coming out soon, right? But yeah, guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out. For all the new friends I made, for all the old. Oh, you never even watched 97, dude? All right, I'm not watching it then. There'll definitely be updates on this guy soon, on this Boomerang and everyone else. Like I said, I'll probably miss out on videos again this week because of everything that went sideways. I'll make a couple more short form videos for you. I have a couple more editing I'll post throughout the week and some updates on some other stuff. So it was super fun to hang out with you guys again. Hey, CPAC and Animatrix, Catalyst, all the old and the new. I appreciate you guys all. Yeah, I'll try to stream again soon. Sometimes I stream late after work. I know that's not perfect for a lot of you, but yeah, I'll keep you guys in the loop. I'll stop yapping now. Much love to all of you guys as well, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.